Now listen here on the Unbought and Unbossed Show with Devontae Goins. He's here to skip past all the drama by reporting on news stories that are relevant to Black America without all the hyped up false context that drives ratings. Our news deserves special attention, and Devontae intends on giving it that attention right here on this show. Right now, this is the Unbought and Unbossed Show with Devontae Goins.
A black Republican Senate candidate says he won't be worshiping. Yes, you heard me right. I said worshiping Trump. He won't be worshiping Trump despite his past support for the occupant of the White House. John James is the Republican candidate I'm speaking of. He is a black guy, and he is vying to represent Michigan in the U.S. Senate. And although he's had past support from the occupant of the White House, James says he isn't always on the same page as the current man in the White House. According to a Politico article, James had a video conference call with black community leaders last week, and he was questioned on whether he disagreed with Trump on anything, considering Trump's tweet about James, and about how Trump said, and I quote, "He will be a great," and when I say great is in all caps, senator for Michigan. That's what the occupant of the White House tweeted last month. And this senatorial candidate from Michigan, he responded to that last week by saying, and I quote, "He has plenty of issues with Trump." He says everything from cutting Great Lakes funding to shithole countries to speaking ill of the dead, James said, supposedly referring to the denotation and denunciation, rather, of the late Senator John McCain. I mean, where do we start? Or where do you want to start, he said. So apparently even black Republicans have problems with Donald J. Trump, the occupant of the White House. So John James, I gotta give him props. The man has balls to speak out against Trump as a Republican. I gotta give it to him. I gotta say that he got mad balls. But he went on to say in this article while talking to Politico that he has also denied the claims that he was bankrolled by Trump and the Education Secretary Betsy DeVos, who is a product of one of Michigan's wealthiest political families. James also has said that there's going to be places that he disagrees with the occupant of the White House, and those are just a couple of what we just stated. He says, and I quote, "I haven't gotten any money from Donald Trump. I haven't gotten any money from Betsy DeVos. I haven't gotten any money." That's political talking points. Very little of that is true. So, Politico, they obtained a video where he said that. But however, despite him saying that, this is the kicker, and why politicians, most of them, always lie. Here's the kicker. He has received money from a super PAC that is heavily supported by Betsy DeVos' family. So, John James, Whether you want to admit it or not, you've accepted money from the DeVos family, from Betsy DeVos. You've accepted money from the occupant of the White House. You've accepted that. Now, some of you might be wondering who is this John James we are spending so much time and giving so much attention to tonight. James, he's a 38-year-old Iraq War veteran, and he has a challenging task of running in Michigan because, as we all know, Michigan is one of those swing states. Now, Trump, he is currently trailing Joe Biden in Michigan right now by just 8 points in the polls when it comes to the presidential race. But James is also trailing, it's worth noting, the current Democratic Senator Gary Peters by 10 points in the Senate race. And for all of you who think I am just using a poll and giving you numbers from Democratic sources, the poll I'm referring to with Trump trailing and James trailing in their respective races, Trump by 8 points to Joe Biden and James by 10 points to the current Senator Gary Peters. I'm giving you the latest numbers from the latest poll done by Fox News. By Fox News. So you could say I'm making this stuff up, but I'm not. The fact is they're trailing, and the race is still young. That's all I have to say is because in the same sentence of him saying that he has fundamental problems with the occupant of the White House, as I think most viewers and listeners of the show does, he lies and says he hasn't received any money from Trump or the DeVos family. And in retrospect and in hindsight, whether he realizes it or not, he's accepted money from a super PAC which is funded by the DeVos family. So, I think the songwriter says, and the beat goes on. Yes, the beat does go on.
Thank you for watching the Unbought and Unbossed show. If you haven't already subscribed to our channel, what's holding you back from smashing the subscribe button? Don't forget to hit the bell to get notified every time we post a new episode. Devontae will be back here every single weekday, breaking down the most important news stories to Black America. We'd love for you to share this episode with your friends and family. And remember, Black America, to keep it real because your conscience depends on it.